One workbench, one inventory, every action connected. Choose a recipe, move the resources, split a stack, sort the storage, craft, drop it, store it, move it to your hotbar, then take it into the Word. Harvest resources, fill your inventory, and send everything straight into the Forge. This is not a collection of separate menus. It is one continuous inventory workflow built for multiplayer survival games. And you can learn how to build every part of it in Unreal Engine 5 at msgcourse.com. Now let's slow it down and start with the foundation: the player inventory, the hotbar, and a storage container. When the storage box is opened, the player inventory and the container appear side by side as part of the same inventory workflow. Items can be moved with drag and drop or transferred instantly with a double click. The same actions are also available through dedicated buttons, including Add to Stacks, Store All, and Take All. Need only part of a stack? Hold Shift to split it. This works inside the player inventory, inside the storage box, and directly from the hotbar. Stacks merge automatically whenever there is available space. If the target stack is already full, the remaining quantity stays intact instead of disappearing. Items can move in both directions, from the inventory into storage, from storage into the hotbar, and back again. The hotbar uses the same inventory logic. Items can be split, swapped, dropped, or moved between slots, while the usual hotkeys and mouse wheel selection remain fully functional. Right-click any item to open its context menu. From here, the player can move, split, or drop items directly. The context menu is item-specific, so actions such as split are only available for stackable items and do not appear for single-stack items. For partial stacks, the quantity selector allows the player to choose an exact amount using the minimum, maximum, and adjustable quantity controls before confirming the action. Tooltips provide additional data-driven information about items and recipes. The same tooltip system can later be extended to individual buildables as well. Storage containers can also be sorted by name, type, weight, or quantity. Items can be transferred individually, moved as complete stacks, filtered by item type, or sent automatically with Quick Store. To demonstrate Quick Store, we step outside the storage box and look at it from the outside. The interaction hint appears in the bottom right corner, showing that Q can be pressed. When Q is pressed, all matching items from the player inventory are automatically transferred into the storage box. Because the inventory and storage box use the same centralized rules, every item behaves consistently no matter where it is placed. And in multiplayer, multiple players can interact with the same container while seeing the changes update in real time. With this foundation in place, the same inventory system can power specialized stations such as the Forge. The Forge separates its contents into dedicated input, output, and fuel inventories. The input inventory can be configured for each station. When an item is dragged into the input inventory, the station checks whether it is a valid ingredient for one of its available recipes. If it is not valid, the input slot rejects it. Double-click transfers follow the station's own routing logic. Valid ingredients are moved into the input inventory, while items that do not belong there are routed into the output storage. Fuel items use a separate rule. When a fuel item is double-clicked in the player inventory, it is sent to the fuel slot first. If the fuel slot is already full, the remaining items are automatically routed into the output storage. Once valid ingredients and fuel are available, the Forge processes recipes according to the order of the items in the input inventory. When a recipe is completed, the crafted result is placed into the output storage. Burning fuel can also generate additional results, such as ash, which is stored there as well. If the output storage is full, the Forge pauses its crafting process until space becomes available. This prevents crafted items or byproducts from being lost. The Forge is therefore not just a crafting interface. It is a specialized inventory system with configurable input validation, automatic item routing, fuel handling, recipe processing, output management, and safe production pausing. Once the Forge has processed its materials, those items return to the same inventory workflow. items can be equipped directly from the hotbar using hotkeys or mouse wheel scrolling, moved between slots, or drop back into the word through the context menu. For faster interactions, holding the Alt key allows the player to drop another item immediately. Drop tools and items remain available in the world and can be picked up again whenever they are needed. When an equipped item is dropped, it is automatically unequipped. The same workflow also applies to harvesting. As the player gathers wood, stone, or berries, the collected resources are added directly to the inventory and displayed through pickup notifications. For stackable resources, such as berries, the system fills an existing hotbar stack first. Once that stack is full, the remaining items continue into the next available inventory slot. The player can continue harvesting the tree, collect additional resources, and even harvest the remaining stump. Harvestable objects can also respawn after their configured time, allowing the same environment to become a renewable source of resources. This closes the complete item loop, from the world into the inventory, through storage and crafting stations, and back into gameplay. All of this and much more is part of the course. Everything you have seen in this video is built as course content in Unreal Engine 5. To finish, let's take a quick look behind the system and see how these features are structured in Blueprint. The foundation is data-driven. Instead of hard-coding every item separately, the important behavior is configured through item data assets and reusable profiles. For example, this consumable food item has its own data asset with an equipable profile and durability settings. The consumable behavior is then completed through the data table. In the Equip Consumable row, we can configure how the item is equipped and used, including the gameplay effect that is applied through our own ability system. Inspired by Guess, but built as a custom system. The Iron Axe follows the same data-driven structure. Its data asset contains Axe-specific settings, such as its use mode, which is set to automatic here, its use interval, use distance, assigned gameplay effect, and arm pose configuration. These pose settings can be adjusted individually for each item, allowing different tools and weapons to use their own hand and character poses while keeping the animation system completely generic. This means we do not need to create a separate animation setup for every item. At runtime, the inventory component stores the actual inventory state on the relevant actor and informs the rest of the system about changes through event dispatchers. The centralized inventory manager handles the operations we have seen throughout the video: moving, splitting, stacking, transferring, sorting, and validating items between containers. It also acts as the communication layer between the different inventory components, coordinating requests, replication, and updates throughout the system. The user interface is built in the same modular way. The player inventory widget is composed of reusable elements that can be combined depending on the application. The same slot logic, tooltips, context menus, and inventory controls can be reused for the player inventory, hotbar, storage boxes, and specialized stations. This means new items can be configured through their data assets and profiles, while the same inventory components, manager logic, and user interface widgets continue to handle the gameplay. That is what makes the system powerful without turning every new item or container into a completely separate feature. What you've seen is only one part of MSGCourse. The course brings these systems together into a complete modular gameplay framework for a multiplayer survival game, built in Unreal Engine 5 and designed to grow with your project. From the first movement system to inventory, equipment, abilities, harvesting, crafting, and building, every feature is created to work together as part of one connected game architecture. This is not a collection of isolated demos. It is a complete foundation for building your own multiplayer survival game. MSGCourse is not a click this, then do that tutorial. Everything is explained from the ground up in a beginner-friendly way, while the course gradually progresses from the fundamentals to more advanced multiplayer systems. You learn not only how to build each feature, but also how to structure and extend it, refactor the project as it grows, diagnose and fix problems, and optimize the final result. You learn the complete development process, building a system, understanding why it works, improving it, and expanding it, like you would in a real game development project. Don't just follow steps, learn the process. Join MSGCourse today. Build the systems, connect the gameplay, create your own survival game at msgcourse.com.